What's up, everybody? Today we're back here. Well, I guess not back here, but today we're here with Shauna. She's actually one of our students inside of the inner circle, and she's been working with us not even that long. It's been like what, like a month, month and a half?
Yep,
Yeah, so not
about a month.
yeah, but honestly, out of everyone that I've ever worked with, probably the craziest transformation, craziest growth in a short period of time. So I wanted to get her on here and have her talk to you guys about what it is that she did to make such a big change and see, much more success within such a short period of time. So, Shauna, if you want to just take it away, you can quickly introduce yourself, tell us about you, and then just briefly describe your business and what it is that you actually do.
So my name is Shauna. I live in Minnesota, and I'm a graphic designer. And I was just working at home. And ever since COVID, I've been at home, so I didn't really want to go back into the real world. And neither did my dogs. So I was, what else can I do from home, to make money? So I buy a lot of Jordans anyway. So I was like, why not try to sell shoes? That's a little bit harder than you think.
Yeah.
You know, I just started to buy just things that I like, which didn't really work out that well. I had no clue what I was doing. I just started buying anything and realized that pretty quickly I had no idea what I was doing. Buying shoes, losing money, um, and then, from there I just started watching a lot of YouTube videos, joined a group, um, didn't go as planned, just kept joining other groups, and eventually I landed on ZNA, um, and from there it's been going very good.
Let's go. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So if you don't mind sharing, so you mentioned you joined a couple of other groups before. Uh, can you talk a little
I'm
bit?
in like 7 or 8 now, 7 or 8 I think.
Wow, so
Yeah,
you've kind of had your hand
I'm
in every.
still in them. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
still in them.
Okay, cool. So we'll get into a little bit about how we differentiate later, but if you are comfortable sharing a little bit about like where you were before and kind of where
Yep,
you are now, and just in terms of like revenue, maybe, just to give people an
sure.
idea of that transformation.
Yep. So I started in about mid-March. Um, so I've been negative basically until about mid-June, and that's about when I started ZNA. Uh,
I promise I did not tell her to say this. She's
yeah,
not scripted.
this is for real. I mean, this is actual truth. I literally had to dig out of a tens of thousands of dollar hole that I was put into. Um, I was in a group that I joined the group initially just to be in the group, and then I was in a one-on-one mentorship that didn't go that well. I was kind of like ZNA. I was promised, you know, get all these shoes, I'll help you sell them. But really what happened is I was completely overcharged for shoes and then not helped to sell them.
Oh no.
So I did get to level 3 real quick on StockX selling those shoes. So that was one benefit I got out of it. But I ended up in a really, really, really deep hole. I mean, I had hundreds of dunks. And, probably stupid me, but I was very gullible. I was really willing to learn. I did see the success on their end, so I really did think, that they were going to help me. I did stay in that group because there are things that I do enjoy and things that are helpful. From there, I did get out of the one-on-one. I did join another group that was more like go to the outlets, buy a whole bunch of shoes, flip them on like the apps and stuff. That does work. However, lately the outlets haven't been having a ton of good stuff. So I did get some success out of that.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm trying to dig out of this big hole. So I need to get stuff in quicker. From there, from the original group, you did a lecture in the group,
Uh,
and you were offering like your first 3 videos for free. So I quickly, actually, while you were talking, was messaging you saying, hey, can I get in your group? and you let me in. I watched the first 3 videos, and you and like Joe were messaging me and Aiden, like asking me questions, and then Aiden set up a meeting, and I was in ZNA. And that was about, what, mid-June?
Yeah.
Probably about a month. I think it's been about a month.
Yeah.
And you guys actually delivered what the first group promised. So literally within days, I was making my first bulk deal. I mean, I was already the first second watching the videos, going through that, I'd rewatch them. I'm not the best negotiator. I don't love being a salesperson. I'm a great people person. I can talk to anybody, but I don't love haggling over price. That's just not who I am. So I really just was more make a connection with people and just get them, really just kind of to connect with me and like me. And, I made a connection right away, and I just did like 5 or 6 pairs of shoes right away just to make a connection. Did that, and then just got the ball rolling. And then the next order I did with them was like a $5,000 order. And then the next order was like another $5,000 order. So it kept going.
Just the snowball effect started.
Yeah. And then, I contacted another person who was a store owner, and at first it took a little bit for them to warm up to me. When they did eventually, I've sent them multiple smaller orders because they're a store, but we've made a really good connection. So, I've only had a few connections, but it's been very good to me. I'm hoping, obviously, to make a lot more connections, but just those 2 connections so far have dug me out of the hole in a month that I was in for 3 months prior.
And you said that hole was like tens of thousands.
It was huge. Yeah. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars that I was in.
Well, I'm glad we were able to help you get out of that hole.
Yeah, I'm finally, thank God, profitable. As far as, buying and selling, obviously you still have expenses and all that stuff. But as far as buying shoes at the right price, getting bulk at the right price, being introduced to buyers, being introduced to how to figure out who the right sellers are, not getting scammed, because I got scammed a lot in the beginning too. I've learned so much in 3 months, and there's many times I wanted to quit, and there's days I would cry, and it was but I just kept going, and I'm very happy I did, and it was the best decision to join ZNA because I really did dig out of that hole. And I'm only hoping to get better.
You're bringing tears to my eyes. I'm glad. Well, first of all, congratulations on such a short-term turnaround, short-term success. I'm glad to hear that you stuck it through, because a lot of people will look at business in the face, realize how hard it is, and then turn around. And so
yeah.
I had the same. Me and Aiden both had the same challenges. We've had our fair share of getting scammed for tens of thousands. I think Aiden once had like an $18,000 scam deal, and this was when he was only working with like $20,000. So we almost drained him back to zero. I've had the same instance where built up my capital and then boom, just get cut down. But it's when you stick it through that you start to actually learn how to move forward, and there's no business without challenges and without tribulation. So it's good that you stuck it out, and hopefully, I'm actually about to ask you that here in a minute, but I'm excited to see, kind of what you end up doing here in the near future, because I mean, we're just getting started. We only got 1 month. We still got a whole year, so it's time to get cooking. So cool. Well, I had another question. So just in terms of like the time commitment too. So I'm not sure how much you mentioned you're a graphic designer. You probably have other commitments, right? You have your dogs to take care of. So just in terms of time commitment, like required on your end day to day to see that turnaround, to see that success, what does that look like day to day or week to week for you?
I mean, I literally do this almost 24 hours a day. I've been sleeping like 5 hours a day. I'm tired. I'm very tired.
You're on the grind.
I'm not used to only sleeping 5 hours a day. Yes, I have to take care of my household. I am older, so I have a house. I have to take care of things. I I have a home. I have to, pay bills. I have to take care of my yard, my dogs, so I have all that stuff to do. But as far as that, yes, I can do graphic design on the side, but the shoes I've been doing full time
Okay.
because I want that to be
You're full time.
what I do from now on.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's solid, solid. So it's something that is actually kind of molded into like a full time thing for you now.
Yeah. And I want it to be. And eventually I want it to be where it's just, I don't have to work that often during the day and it just does it itself, I'm trying to get into the Amazon like I told you. Right now it's hard because I'm one person and there's so much going on, especially with the shoe stuff. It's hard for me to do the beginning part on the Amazon.
Yeah.
So that's what I really need help with. My dogs aren't very good at helping me with that.
No.
But
yeah, but don't worry. We'll getting on gate is that hard first part. I'm actually in the process right now recording some new material for that side of stuff. So we'll definitely get the ball rolling on that before Q4 really starts to pick up. To this week was prime day, prime week. So
yeah, I saw. Yep.
yeah, so sales been pretty good, but there's still plenty more opportunity coming up. But that's cool. That's definitely the next step for you. Now that you've kind of learned the shoe thing, you got the flow down. We can start expanding you. That's usually what we like to do is get people on sneakers first, let them master the sneaker drop shipping, wholesale, those two models really, and then once they kind of feel comfortable with that and they're actually making some money, then going on to Amazon makes a lot more sense because like you're experiencing, there are a lot more steps and intricacies to running an Amazon business versus just reselling. So
yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficult than you would think.
right,
I had no
people
idea.
Don't make it seem
I had no idea.
Yeah, people don't make it seem that way, but there's a lot more analysis and stuff that goes into it. But you're in the right hands, so we'll make sure we get you going on that right path. But in terms of where you see your business, because I know we've only been together for a month, 6 to 12 months from now, what do you see your business doing in terms of, I mean, we could just go off like a revenue metric or just overall, what do you see the business, like how do you see the business growing over the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, I hope that it goes really good. I mean, this month, it's what is it, the 16th, 15th?
16.
So I've probably made more in these 15 days than I did the first 3 months. I've already made not made, but I've sold over $20,000 in the first 2 weeks of July.
We still got 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, so I would love, honestly, to do $100,000 a month would be awesome. And it doesn't seem that far away now. Before, I would be like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I would have never thought I would have made $10,000 in a day, and I did that, a week ago. So
That's it. But even when you scratch the 100,000 a month, right? Then you're like, how can I get to $500,000 or $1 million? So it never stops. But you're absolutely right in the sense that like once you get to a certain, even if it's like profit goal, right? Like once you get to the 5K or the 10K, it's like cool. But like, how do I get to the 50? Like you're always going to be chasing more, which is I think it's a good trade as an entrepreneur. But I also want you to not like forget how crazy the transformation is, and still appreciate how far you come, because you've come a really long way already. So first of all, just congrats on that. 20K in 2 weeks, not bad. Even if it's revenue. So hopefully we can keep.
Yeah, it's revenue. There's there's still not a ton of profit, but it's still awesome. I mean, I'm so just proud of myself for even sticking with it and getting to that point. It's awesome.
Just keep powering through, and before you know, you'll be doing 20K a day. So that's fire.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Well, cool. So, kind of going back a little bit to the program, I was just in terms of like misconceptions. So, it sounded based on your response before that you were a little bit surprised on the results you got, but like, would you say you were surprised on how the results that were you expecting to get the results that you got from the program?
I mean, only because I had been so disappointed and over-promise things. And I know Aiden, I mean, he really sold me, and I took a chance that it wasn't going to be a
dud.
Yeah. And I mean, all these groups, they cost a lot of money. I've spent more on groups than, more people have made, in months.
Yeah.
So I'm spending so much money. So as in terms of being profitable, I'm not profitable at all for how much I've spent just trying to learn, because I wanted to learn everything, and every group was different. I totally lost the question.
No, you're good. No, 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 you're all, you're all good.
But yeah, you guys have gone above and beyond. No one else has delivered like you have, except for the outlet one. That guy is amazing. The first day in there, I learned more from his videos too, just like your videos, than I did in the first group in months. So you and him are very similar, as in far of how good you run your groups.
Great. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I've actually heard of him, yeah, and I've heard some good things about him
Yeah.
as well. And so, it's good to hear that, at least there's someone else that's like trying to put out
Yeah.
quality out there. So
Yeah.
that's good to hear. Okay, I mean that about wraps up what I have. Maybe one more question. If someone was on the fence about working with us and they were looking for one little word of encouragement, or they wanted to hear from one other person to know if moving forward and joining the program and taking that jump is worth it, what would you tell them?
Absolutely do it. I mean, there's just really no question. I'm in like 8 paid groups. If I had to pick one group, it would be this group.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I've paid tens of thousands of dollars for all my groups. So this is the group I would pick. So you guys also don't break the bank for the knowledge you are giving us. You guys could charge way more. And the value you bring for what you charge is unbelievable. So, I mean, just do it. Do it.
Just do it. Just like Nike. Just do it.
I mean, serious. It's a no-brainer. Take it from someone who has tried many, many groups. This is the one. If you want to pick one, this is the one.
Well, awesome. I appreciate that, Shauna. Any final thoughts you want to share with anyone, whether it's about us or about yourself or anything in general?
Go Vikings.
Go Vikings. There we go. Okay, well, awesome. Appreciate it. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys want to figure out how you can work with us, if you go down to the link in the bio, you'll see a link to book a call with Aiden or myself and discuss a little bit more about how we can help you out and see if we're a good fit to work together. And it's the same process that everyone has went through, just like Shauna down below. If you want to take a chance on us and take your reselling business to the next level, or just get started, visit that link, book a call, and we'll speak soon. Shauna, thanks again. Keep killing it. I'll check back with you in a couple of months and see. Hopefully, we're getting closer to those 100K months.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.